Even finished counting down. So I hope everybody is well. And those that have just been on Brian's live as well. It's been nice to see Alan and how all his is going as well, isn't it? I do apologise again for us not going live yesterday. We've got the kitchen being installed tomorrow, and well, kind of, you know, when you start something and don't realise the time. You know, when so I do kind of apologise for that. Time completely got away with us. And then we thought, oh no, we've got the live, we completely forgot about the time, so just adjusting the angle there. Oh look, a squirrel. That's certainly how my mind goes. So the last part of the episode was going on with these laser cuts. Works very fiddly, of course, and we're going to be carrying on with more laser cut work today. So I know it's a Sunday, so it is always a bit of a funny day to be doing lives because people have to work tomorrow and whatnot. I won't be on too late tonight. We are off out early for a transfer tomorrow, so we will be doing that. I apologise again. I've seen comments up on the phone, but it's not loaded on the computer. There we go. So, Mystic Railroad, very good evening to you, John, Brian and Gavin as well. Very good evening, guys. Hope you're all keeping well. Now, I might sound a bit uncomfortable, but I currently have a pussycat sharing my chair. She's not done this for a while, so I'm definitely not having a go at her for it. I might even post it in my communities page after. I've got about half a seat. She's taken up half of it, no matter the fact she's absolutely tiny. So she's kind of ruling that area at the minute. So we're going to try and get on with these laser cut bits again tonight. See where we go. I just need to know that base feet for each post, right? So really, we only have it for 3. Oh, how weird. So we have 4 posts. Oh, 5, sorry. And only 3 base posts. So I'm just going to read through this, guys. For some reason they're darker on there. They're showing darker on here. 2 for each feet, that's why. That's weird. They have a bright colour here. And on the instructions they're darker. Unless, again, this is an old kit and they've changed it. So I'm just going to hop onto Google just to make sure. Evening, Timber. Hope you're okay, lovely. Yeah, there we go. That was my previous search. Okay, this is weird. So that's gotten as dark as well, unless they've been painted up. They actually possibly look like they've been painted. So yeah, so it does suggest that you paint them up. That will be something I have to do after, because I don't have my black paint here with me. So one thing to not being in my shed. I moved everything there. And of course I don't have it in here. I've got a kitchen everywhere currently, so there's no chance I'd have it with me in here. You've been to Derbyshire today, Timber? Oh, lovely. So again, it suggests that you use a little jig that you build yourself. This is just a way to give you the positioning of the post to make sure it lines up. So it's 2 for each, so 1 for each side. And I've lost my blade. There we go. And I really do need to replace this blade. I've still not got around to it. I don't know if Rob is watching. I ask him to bring my hot water bottle down if he is, but I'm not sure if he is tuning in at the moment. I'm going to get them all out. Ian Press, very good evening, lovely. Station's going quite well. We're again on the laser cut bits. Being busy tonight, Finis and John, JMC Sparky and Alan Reynolds all doing lives. Yeah, I think Sunday's a funny one, isn't it? I know Brian said he's going to do one next month as well. His aren't as regular at the moment, I don't think. But, yeah, we did plan yesterday. As you might have missed me saying, Timber. Unfortunately, kitchen everywhere, so it just kind of... Has that pierce valve I need? I think it has, yeah. Oh, and a clock working that hasn't worked for months and all of a sudden started working. How weird. Mystic, excellent job on the mounting, Graceful. Thank you very much. I'm starting to get a bit better with it. It's a hard one. Rob could see I had a bit of apprehension with it. I was like, are you bored with it already? And I was like, no, it's just because I had in my picture exactly what I wanted to do. But unfortunately, it's a lot harder, as you guys probably know yourselves. It's a lot harder to do. What I might do, actually, is see if I can put it down and just show you how awkward my seating position is. I'm literally half off the chair tonight because the putty cat's decided that's where she wants to lay. So I'm definitely not seated as comfortable as I usually am. But she's a funny one. She'll be cuddly and other times she won't. So I'm not complaining as such. So yeah, the one thing for anybody doing this kit that I noticed was when you're building these up, I kind of skipped ahead and you're supposed to do one side, flip it over and do the other. But I kind of did it all in one and that worked a lot better for me than back and forth. So if anybody's doing this as well, as long as you get these in the right position, as we joked last time, a fake pregnancy test line to know which was which way. That was definitely a lot easier way to do it. For me, as I said, some people might struggle. And depends how well the lines are laser printed on. The only thing I will suggest again to people is, I know it's done it with me here again, but it might have put you back in time to where I actually am live. It did that to me last time and it's done it again. Ian, it's one of those old wind up ones. So The story to this clock is Angie's mum or her grandma or Nina even. I can't remember which one it is. That's how old the clock is, and it's one of those you have to wind up the clock itself and the chimes. And the last time we had it out, we wound it up and it didn't work at all. So it sits in this nice display cabinet. Closed the door the other day and all of a sudden it started chiming. So you'll probably look at the time and see it's not even in correct time either. But it literally started working out the blue. So in terms of that one, it's just a case of we've not wound it again. It will probably, so as it starts winding down, it will get a lot slower with the chimes as well. So that's why it doesn't sound as good, but it is fine. It's just we've not bothered winding it up. So right, let's make sure I get this the right way. See, I'm going to try it this way, but if it doesn't work, I'll just use the tweezers, because that is one thing I did bring in with me, so I can use the tweezers if needed. But we're going to try it Metcalfe's way. And they suggest you put this piece in. You put this piece in first as well, which does sit in there, I suppose, but it's very fiddly. Weird thing again is it shows like double, but it's only 2 that you need to use. So I'm just going to sit that down. And we're going to see how this goes, or whether I go to the tweezers. That needs a hole in it. I'll shake it before I do that. How is everyone keeping anyway? Have you had a good week? I know quite a few of you have seen the latest episode. So kind of ruin our plan that we'd said to you, oh, we'll do the live stream on a Saturday and the episode on a Sunday. I didn't quite go to plan, did it? So let's pop this in and see how well it sticks. Brian, no clue. So I have a different pin here, but it's completely disappeared off the face of the earth, and I mean I searched. Oh, you're giving me a bit more room, Putty Cat. How nice of you. Yeah. She's giving me a little bit more room, guys. Pitiful. So that seems to have gone on okay. Let's see now, I get it out. Yep, that's actually gone on pretty well, pretty lined up. But again, I think I'm just going to stick with the PVA rather than the rocket glue. Brian, fancy seeing you on here. Not spoken to you in ages. Paul, very good evening as well. The clock was to start the countdown to the tweezer use. And Stephen, very good evening, lovely. No, it's not the correct time out. Well, my dad's got a couple ones from my nan's and it's over 90 years old. The other is an old clock in clock. Both are winding up. And that has a habit of starting. Yeah, it was very weird. We'd wound it up because we put it back in this display cabinet because we'd had it on the fireplace for a bit, put it back on there and it just stopped. So I think the closing of the door maybe knocks it into place. I really don't know. John, US and Canada celebrating independence from you Brits this weekend. Oh yeah, it was 4th of July, wasn't it? I didn't wish my friends over the pond a happy independence. We fully understand that life gets in the way, but don't worry, we'll watch whenever you get on. PS, love the episode. Thank you, Gavin. It was a bit long-winded, so I do apologise. I do appreciate that. It was, I think, but as we've said to you guys before, I think, you know, we do worry. We're very grateful with gifts and patrons and donations and whatnot. We said before, you know, that is what's enabling us to get a lot further on with the layout than we would be just us. So we are grateful, but we don't want people to think that, you know, by us posting the videos and thanks of that, that we're doing it to try and, you know, push people. So to us, you know, it's a case of if you want to become a patron or donate or send boxes or more horses, you know, we just worry. I think that's something we'll always be like, yeah, that didn't work well at all. So I think I might go to the tweezer mode, guys, just to make sure it's in place. Because the first one went well, but it's a lot looser that side for some reason. So, again, PVA does mean I have that longer time to manipulate it round. But I suppose with the episodes, it's usually me that drags on anyway. Paul, have the horses made it to the pub yet? No, they haven't, but I genuinely have a picture from years ago of a sheep out by a pub late at night. I might post that in the communities page for you to have a laugh, but horses haven't, but I have seen sheep do it here in Wales.
Could have phrased that better.
What?
Sheep do it here in Wales. It's a popular pastime, isn't it?
We're talking about horses and pubs, and it's not my fault you're twisting it. Yeah, that really, I'm not happy with that jig, that side, so I think it's just going to be place it and I think that's just too small.
I'm going to nudge in if you don't mind, Grace.
You always do anyway.
We've just had a comment,
Yes.
and I want to make this perfectly clear because it's a little bit annoying. Someone has commented, I'm not going to, if you want to go hunting yourselves, guys, help yourself. We've had a comment. I think it's a shame you only speak to guys, but I'm a woman of 48 and crazy about making model railways, and that bothers me, guys. Greeting. Let's make this perfectly clear. We use the terminology guys because it's just a local thing. It just means everybody. When we say it, we don't mean guys as in men. We mean guys. If there was a room full
But yeah,
of people, a room full of people, and half were men and half were women, we'd probably still say, come on guys. We don't say guys and gals. That just sounds like a musical, actually. Now I've said it. We mean no offence by it. We hope it doesn't offend anybody. But unfortunately, all the.
Anyway, you continue what you're saying. I'll continue with that in a minute.
We will continue to use it because you know us. We don't change for anybody. We don't mean to find offensive comments, or we don't mean to make offensive comments in our streams or anything like that, but everybody knows we're not politically correct.
No, but we did discuss this a while ago, so it's funny it's actually happened because we did predict it and a few of the other guys did.
Yeah, so if there's any ladies in there, you're welcome to the stream. If there's ladies watching, I'm glad you're on board.
It's nice. It's nice to see.
Please give us a shout out. obviously channels and everything like that. But we're not changing.
So we've also a few people saying hello to you. Stephen got my first exam at flight school next Saturday. A wee bit apprehensive, but Mary says I should be okay. Well, best of luck, Stephen. Mum and son train rail fans. Oh, I don't recognise your name. So are you new to our chat, lovely?
Mum and son train rail fans.
I don't recognise it.
I would like to think that that's a mother and son, though.
Yeah.
And I'd like their feedback if that is the female
So
side.
very big welcome to our live stream as well.
Should we change?
No, because that's who we are. So yes, mum and son rail fans, very big welcome. You will never ever make everyone happy. You be you, exactly. So that's your input, and that is a female kind of speaking there, mum. I'm guessing you're female. So I say folks as well, actually. I've just seen that comment. I just say guys or folks. I've said folks as well. But yeah, mum and son. Actually, you might have popped on one live stream right at the end. I don't know your names. If you wish to reveal them, please do, so I can call you them. But if you'd rather not, especially with your son, depending on the age, I do appreciate if you'd rather not. But we definitely need to check out that channel then. Yeah, I use guys to mean non-gender. RB Rail, that is, I am going to have to go to the cheat sheet. Richards, very good evening, lovely. Same as using I've. Yeah.
Petals and flowers, yeah, that's another one I've heard before. Not for a while, I'll be fair.
No, it's more an older fashioned one, isn't it?
Yeah, I do remember that one, Gavin.
Because some guys, depending where you live, call people petal, don't they? Or pet.
Yeah, it's a local terminology.
Yeah.
Sorry to break up Grace's stream or anything. I know it's a bit boring and a bit serious, but we don't mean to offend anybody by calling them guys. We really don't. It's just a generalisation.
I will address that on the next video, though, just so it's...
We welcome all females and all males.
Well, I've said before, especially it's nice to see the females because it's a bit of backup for me. Even though most males on the channel are on my side anyway. But...
Tammy and Ray. Tammy is a fantastic name.
Well, very big welcome to the channel. As I said, I think you might have popped in one when I was finishing, but it's great to have you on board, especially your mum and son, because you don't see that as much as you see couples either. So it's lovely to see a mum and a son. Usually it's a dad and a son, so it's absolutely brilliant. We're breaking the molds, aren't we?
Tammy's such a good name. My distant relation.
Being the spelling mum, how you spelt it, are you across the pond then? Because it's M-O-N, isn't it, rather than M-U-N? I might be wrong, but it's more common across the pond, that spelling. My son is 26 and he has autism. Oh, well, I've got autism in my family, ADHD, everything like that. Doesn't matter, does it? It's brilliant that he's got the independence and can get on with things. I know it varies on the level with autism, but it's absolutely brilliant. So Ray as well, if you're watching, hello lovely. Trevor Veal. Trevor, have you been on it? I'm not sure. I'm not doing well tonight, am I?
Tim Young has pulled me on YouTube.
Why?
Grace will be going live. Grace will be going live soon.
Oh, why am I leaving you and going for one of our viewers instead,
No,
like you said?
Grace will be going live soon.
Oh dear. So just catching up with comments, sorry guys. So yeah, a lot of you appreciate it, but we've had conversations like this before. And totally scale models. Steve, very good evening as well. I've seen you putting in there. Trevor, I'm politically incorrect, but I call everyone guy or folk. Yeah, it seems like a lot of people, especially if you forgive me, the older generation, not the newer generation, guys, doll, all these things are terms of endearment in a way, aren't they? They're not meant anything against. It's just purely what we've all grown up with, isn't it? I went to an all-girls school and we said, hey guys, how are you doing? And that's an all-girls school, so...
Grace, what was the name of that Mother and Son show, sorry?
Mum and Son Train Rail fans. If you go on the comments, you should be able to get it there, shouldn't you? Sydney, very good evening. So one of our patrons, actually we've got 2 of our patrons in, haven't we? Alex as well, sorry. Did I say good evening to you, lovely? I do apologise if I didn't. I'm loving how it's more popular and we get new people in every time. But I'm actually going to take what Brian said this evening, actually.
South Carolina.
Yeah, but I am going to take a word from Brian there. If we miss seeing you come in, please say hello again. Because at least then with everybody saying hello, it gives me a chance to see that you're in, so I can at least acknowledge you there. I don't mean to miss any comments or anyone. So same with comments. If you said something and I don't respond or Rob doesn't, please type it again. Because I never mean to miss anything. It's also, Gavin, it's also far better and politer than what I'm normally called. You should hear what I call Rob sometimes and he calls me. 23 loving it but not showing appreciation with a like. Timber, I think it's sometimes, isn't it? I think as people go on, I'm not sure. But then as well as I say, I'm always a viewer and I forget to like it on my Prescott portrait. So, Mum and Son as well, South Carolina. So it's lovely to have you across the pond. So happy belated Independence Day. Bob the Biker, just carrying on as you are, take no notice. Bob the Biker, have you been on here before, lovely? I'm sure I would remember something like that tonight. Grace is a hostess tonight. She's serving canapes. Am I? I don't look like I'm serving tonight, but I suppose I could. Copycat. Well, I've got the cat here with me, so can I just say I'm taking a book out of hers? She's giving me a bit more of a chair at least. I know we've got a few more in, so I will show you guys back. This is me having to share my chair for the night. So, as you can see, I've not got a lot of room.
Canopy, keep up, Grace.
Yeah. Because I'm going to be doing the canopy, aren't I? So canapes, yeah.
Canapé.
No, he did say she's serving canapes, so he's changed it as a...
Oh, that was terrible.
As someone who is studying politics online with Oxford Uni part-time, you all seem very politically correct of a meaning rather than the extreme version. You know what, Alex? What surprised me is all pride and that, you know, the amount of flags now. We did a private event ourselves and there's so many, you know, it's hard to keep up, isn't it? Trevorville in the late...
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. We're going to do our usual here. Give her the shout out. Everybody, please go to the link I've just dropped and subscribe to Mum and Son Trains, please. It's a cracking. I've just had a look at it. It's a cracking page.
Gavin just subscribed.
Thank you, Gavin.
Oh God.
Oh God.
So yeah, Trevorville, late 60s where I lived. I worked in Nottingham. If you went to a pub or bar stuff, everyone called me Duck. You know what? We had a Liverpool patient and she would call us Muck a Duck. She was absolutely lovely, but that's all she called us, wasn't it?
These jokes are getting bad. Total scale models, can of peas.
Oh, gee. Well, Timber's already said he's getting his coat, so that's absolutely fine. Alex.
Totally scale models, I'm getting him a taxi.
Thank you so much, Gavin. We appreciate it. I think we've all started something. Yeah, we either talk about not being offended or bad dad jokes.
What's wrong with dad jokes?
Or bullying you, actually.
Or OnlyFans.
Yeah, or OnlyFans. That's yours and Brian's.
Mine and Brian's OnlyFans.
Yeah, let's not leave you two to that. But I think it's also shown that even though you say I'm not allowed horses, everybody else disagrees.
I don't give a monkeys. I managed to say that without swearing.
You did, didn't you?
I nearly swore, but I changed it.
Just subscribe to Mum and Son. Brilliant, guys. So we've got everyone going to this channel as well. Mum and Son Train Rail fans. That's Tammy and Ray.
Timber, sir. Yes, I think you may have started something. You need your coat, a taxi, And your passport. As usual, if our mods can to do their usual, and if anybody needs their channel shouting out, if the mods can please do a clickable link. Thank you. I'll leave you in peace. I'll leave you in peace.
Just go away. You're not helping the situation.
Huh?
I said you're not helping the situation either.
Am I taking the peas?
What have you guys started? He's going to be like this all evening now. I'll pick a bag. Sounds like a long journey. I think Rob's going to be taking the longer journey, guys.
Shall I can it in?
So Tammy said we have 2 pigs, 2 goats, 3 pigs, 3 boys and a husband. You can... It's this heart, can't see.
I know, you can't see it because of the heart.
You can get a horse. LOL.
Tammy, she now has 31 horses. Yeah, thanks, Alex.
Oh, I couldn't believe that, guys. Obviously, we sent Alex. Alex told us to video it. Obviously, little did we know. And I'm sure, Alex, quote me if I'm wrong, we're opening this second parcel. Luckily, I opened it with a paper.
Oh, the parcel that Alex said
was for you.
Was for me.
And it really was that thing of, I think you came out with a comment, didn't you? Or at least it's not the horses.
Yeah.
And then we opened it. So I imagine, Alex, you must have been laughing your head off as soon as he said that. Because you knew what was to come.
See, even Timber Surf says you can't appease everybody.
Yeah, Timber. You might be joining Rob under the patio. Alex, I found a slight similar to OnlyFans. I thought the double O middle buildings, but the content was completely not what I asked for. Turns out my dyslexia, the I goes before the N and not after.
What smells like leather and sounds like a sneeze? A shoe.
Give him, no, the ones before. Give him a patio on his back. Well, he'll have one if he carries on.
Timber, you need to run, mate. You need to run a lot.
Timber didn't do those 2 jokes.
No, but he started it.
He did start it. Why is Gavin knowing?
Where's Gavin knowing?
Under the patio. Oh dear, we do love you guys. It's absolutely, this is what we love. You know, it's not just, what's that? That's only Chinese. Not only. Alex, I'm loving how you know now that we don't get offended. You're coming out with crackers, mate.
Oh, that was brilliant. Oh dear.
Route 7 Railway. I'm not sure whether you're going to want to have joined the way this is going, but very good evening.
Yeah, you might want to leave the page.
Have you been on live before, Route 7? I haven't got you on my cheat sheet.
Route 7
so I don't know your name.
Route 7 was on Pinnerton's just.
Was he? So if I'm not sure I know your name on this, so if you want to share it, please do.
I'm going so I can breathe.
Oh, I've actually seen Timber say hi to Steve. So is Route 7 Steve? I know too many Steves. I know too many Robs. And, you guys might chuckle at this, actually. Carry On model trained now showing. Oh, it's definitely that. So I have good few friends that are called Rob. And one of my friend Rob's mentioned that he'd done a garden post, said that it was him that did it all, and his missus made it change it to her design and him as grafter. And I put a comment saying about, you know, how a copper had just told my Rob, happy wife, happy life. And I said, but I'm sure he doesn't listen. Another Rob that I know, both of them from Marshall, turned around and said, sorry, I missed what you said. So I don't know if it's just a Rob thing or a man thing. Oh dear. This pin's too thick. I think I've actually... Let's see if I can get this. Oh dear, I've ruined that completely. I might have to get a new one. Timber, are you causing trouble? He always causes trouble. And Steve, it is Steve. Route 7. Hello, Steve. I don't know why I haven't got you on there. A very big welcome as well to you. Oh, I thought the cat had gone. She's still there. This is getting a bit funny. It's always a bit funny, isn't it? Also, you might hear Mum's potty mouth on videos. Sorry, but not sorry. We try and behave. It's usually Rob that doesn't. I'm qualified to work with children and that, so I'm used to, in the certain environments, not swearing and using different words. So, Sean, GWR Buckley, very good evening, lovely. My wife told me I should embrace my mistakes in life, so I gave her a hug. Ooh! Oh, jeez, and Rob's carrying on with the jokes. I'm just going to ignore that like I do ignore him. I'm very sensible, just have a wicked streak. It's the best thing. Bob, definitely a bloke thing. Well, Rob could be shortened to Bob, so are you sure it isn't just for namesake? Question, if you could drive your car at the speed of light, what would happen if you turn off the headlights? Oh dear. It's definitely a night for jokes, isn't it? This isn't coming out. Oh dear. This has totally gone on me. I might need to get a new glue. Oh dear. I did pierce the hole before, but it's kind of made its own thing now. Well, that's going to be a good live, isn't it? At least we've got the jokes. Even if I can't glue. Stephen Camera, would you hurl through the windscreen? Okay, I can't get the glue out, guys. This could be interesting. Oh dear. Oh, Jesus. That's not what I wanted. It all came out there. See what I mean about the clock? No, actually, is it keeping time? Because it used to do every 15 minutes. No, it's behind because that's only for like a quarter to or quarter past. So after that just blew out. Squirty, squirty, squirty. Yes, this is... my mind is really not behaving. I'm sure you guys probably the same. Would double-sided tape be easier? Possibly, but I haven't got any. Evening, what have I missed? Harris, you've missed a lot of bad jokes, basically. So you've not missed a lot. Our only other thing is a female has come on and said about calling guys, which... You know, we don't mean anything against it. It's just a terminology I've always grown up with. Hard habit to break after so many years. Thank you so much for having us, and it's time for me to go back to work on the layout. We appreciate you all. Not a problem, Tammy and Ray. Thank you so much for joining us. I know some people sometimes watch it while they're on the layout, so if you ever want to do that, don't want to miss comments, just let me know that you're on the layout, and if something's for you, I can let you know so you know to look at the comments. A lot of people do that as well, but thank you very much for joining us. Grace, Rob, and talking. I'm taking all my fence up again. I found some 3D printed posts with holes for wire, so it should be interesting. Oh, that sounds good. Careful, Rob. Mods can also ban you for 5 minutes. What, you can ban him off his own page? Wait, I'm a mod. Does that mean I can ban him? 2 secs. I'm going to look at this. No, he's not coming up for me. Oh, I think he might be immune from it, guys. He could do me, but... Okay, that sounded so wrong. He could ban me for 5 minutes, but I don't think you can do the actual page. Haha, I'm not Bob or Robert, but Andre. People can't pronounce my name properly. Hopefully I pronounced it right. I'm not sure. sweet, so I pronounce it very badly. My mum makes peas for meal. I'm sick of her recipe. Oh, for God's sake, Rob. I won't be so callous, Rob, just saying it can be done. Grace saying the wrong thing, never. No, of course not. Not like my strap-on comment either. Just so innocently. See, I'm the innocent one. It's you guys that's twisting it, or not me. Rob corrupted me, you see. With the age difference, I can just say that. He corrupted me. I was innocent until I met him. Peace has been declared. Not with you and me, it ain't. Right, guy. Got to go now, guys. As I need to put my little one to bed. No problem, Steve. You take care, and thanks for joining in, lovely. Peace out. Good evening. Colin, M7FTF. Now, I know we have a few Collins here. Were you the one who donated to us on the last live? Not this last live, but the last couple ones. I just recognise the name, because it could be another Colin. We seem to have a lot of people of the same name on here. A lot of Brians, a lot of Steves, and... Oh, Andre, I did pronounce it correctly. So are you okay with me calling your actual name, or I can call you Bob if you prefer? Harris Tweed, I see you had peas for dinner. I hope you mashed potatoes. Ugh, no, the one thing I hate peas. Did you not go to convent today then, Grace? I swear I do. All my confessionals, I'm there all the time. Peas and myself. Oh, for God's sake, this is going to continue all night, isn't it? I like peas and quiet myself, but although you guys are never going to believe that, are you? Colin, yes. Ah, yes, it is. Yes, Colin, sorry, I've just wanted to make sure that's all lovely. Because you were in the 90s, was it? You were in the rough. Because we wondered if you'd have known Rob's dad, but you were in it after he left, if I believe right. Could be wrong, I'm usually always wrong according to men. Except when it comes to horses, apparently. I use it as my amateur radio call sign. Oh, do you have, Rob actually tried to get his, what one is it, Rob? You tried to get your radio working, didn't you? But it seems it's died a death, unfortunately, the old CBs. I enjoy mushy peas with my fish and chips. See, that's the weird thing. I don't like peas, but I don't mind mushy peas every now and then. Oh dear, Brian's wanting to talk to Rob about their OnlyFans, so I finished for Mona Lisa made from vegetables. Oh, for God's sake. I'm just going to stop reading these, I think. No, that definitely hasn't gone on as it straight. Let's see if we can fix up this. Put them all together, it should line them up. Should be the operative word. All right. This one. I'm now trying to figure out which ones I've done and which I haven't. That one's done. Andre, it's my name. Might as well, it's my name. My first train set I had in 1967, and visit the 7 Valley Railways where I get. Oh, lovely. No worries. I do have it on the sheet, but because we don't have many Andres, I might actually remember it. think I might have to get something for this Rocket Cargo to refix the top. I'm not getting the small drops out like I used to anymore. It was just not working with a PVA. I love when a plan does not go together. Tim, very good evening, lovely. You've walked into a bit of a mad one today. If you like your dad jokes, then definitely stay. If you don't, it comes with a warning. Rob, stop using Google. I would say that, but unfortunately, this is probably all coming out of Rob's mind. He's awful with his dad jokes. Right, so one more to do, I think. No, I've not put that base on, actually. What have I done here? Ah, I'm missing one side. Sympathy then, Grace. Thank you so much, Gavin. I know, it's my sadness in life. I don't know how I cope. I'm still playing the Beatles in the background. Love this song. Peas jokes are a bit petite. I don't know if anybody's looking these at Google. I have a feeling these are all coming from everyone's heads, to be honest with you. Please me, oh dear. Look at bright side, Grace, one day you will be happy. Oh, Gavin, not you too. Oh dear. What am I doing with my life? Are they giving me spares here? Unless I've just missed some. No, so that is 2 spare actually, that's handy. Good night. I'm up at 4. Night, Steve. We're not going too late tonight, actually. Not Steve, it's Richard, actually, isn't it? Yeah, Richard. We've got an early transfer as well, so I won't be on too late tonight. Don't forget the group Black Eyed Pea. Oh, now we're coming out with songs. Oh, Lord help me. I'm starting to wonder if I'm on a mental health transfer. Though I ask myself that every day, being with Rob. Love you really, dear. First model channel to go green. Oh, that's very true. And I shall end my streams with peace be with you. I always do at church, so why can't I do it on here? Now you guys know I'm not Googling them. They're not as good though, granted. Oh, that moved too much. And this is how my brain works. I swear there was a comment further up when we were talking about sheep. Was it about wellies or am I just imagining it? My brain works like this sometimes. I once had a conversation with the boss and it was only 11 o'clock that night that I actually tweaked what he'd said. Asking about a lead and I never answered it. Rob will probably remember that because he was about to fall asleep. Grace, depends if you're running Nina's or not with Rob. Well, it would mean it'd be a quicker transfer, but maybe the Nina's would set him off. He'd be out the window shouting out B-bar. No way, that's me. No, that's me. That would probably do that. I do when we talk about him. B-bar, B-bar. Hello, just stopping by to say hi. I'll watch the replay. SantaFe Bob. Hi, lovely. Thank you for just popping in, and I'll catch you later on the replay. It's another one of our patrons just popping in. It's always lovely, you know, if people aren't even here for very long. Aaron, hi Grace, sorry I'm late. Was watching John JMC. He does one every 2 weeks. Well, Aaron, I don't know what I'm going to do, mate. You know, not as if everybody has a choice and, you know, we expect everybody to be here on time, even when I'm not on time myself. It's not a problem, buddy. I know tonight there was quite a few that are going live. It's a funny one, but obviously we were going to do one on Friday or Monday thinking we're working. That didn't happen. Got distracted doing my kitchen. We're now working tomorrow. We can't do it tomorrow, so we've had to go on tonight as well. All this P competitive is giving me charm experience. I may have to go for therapy. Oh, jeez. Aaron, are you sure you don't want to continue watching John JMC? Because it's awful with jokes, really. Right, so these ends get painted up. That's gone wonky. Not what I want. So just watch that if you're clipping them a nail as well. Just watch. Now there is spares there in case you suddenly lose some. So with all these peas, someone forgot the chips. Yeah, please bring the chips, Paul, because I absolutely hate peas with a passion. I really do. I have another friend of ours that she doesn't like peas either, so I know I'm not the only one. These jokes are not appealing to me, that's for sure. Folks, let's bash that like button. Thank you, Stephen, as well. So yes, if people wouldn't mind that are watching, it really does help with the algorithm, as they say. And we've been having a lot of newer people to the lives. We get a few each new live, so it would be appreciated. And Yuan, very good evening, lovely. Hope you're okay. He's finished run 7 to 9, Sunday once every 2 weeks. Glad you are building late. Well, this is the thing, isn't it? Because we have people all over, it is sometimes good to have late ones as well. It's just sort of we're up at 5 in the morning. Colin Walker. We've just had a new patron come up on my phone. It's very pure luck that I've looked at that, actually. Colin Walker has just become a top-tier patron. I think, is that our Colin with the ex-RAS service? I am sorry, I've realised I've just said your surname, lovely. If it is you, a very big, massive thank you. It's appreciated, and as we said, whatever we get, the support with Patreon, and like here on YouTube, it all goes towards the bills. The bills for builds. I suppose there is bills with the build, but it is appreciated. And as I said, it just means we can go further along than we would definitely be. So, Andre, my oldest son works as an AMBO of a Maryhill call centre, West Midlands. Hope you enjoy your job. Oh, no way. It's funny, a few of our ambulance trucks have actually been ex-West Mid trucks, so... What are you doing, Bubba? Do you want to move? Bear with, guys, I think the cat wants to move. Are you moving, or are you just... No, you just set yourself down comfortably again. I thought she wanted to move, so... It's lovely to know another part of the family. Mystic, my wife and I just bought a new Japanese car that runs on veg. I'm going to stop. Mystic, Timber, some of you I'm calling it a night. Gavin, no worries, lovey. Thank you for joining us. And we do love all of you.
He's probably not said anything in the chat, has he, Colin?
You mean that I've already just announced because I actually saw it come up on there by pure fluke. I just realised the only thing I did say to him is I mentioned his surname, which he hasn't got on there, so I have just apologised for that. But yes, it came up by pure fluke. I was looking at.
No, cats don't have servant owners; they have servants.
Oh yes,
very true.
Thank
you very much, Colin. It's much appreciated.
Do you want to sit here for a minute, or not sit? Because I don't think your fat ass would fit with the cat.
I'm going to sit there. The cat's going to move.
No, don't. I like it when she sits there. Oh, he's taken the cat away from me. I had to behave what I was going to say there. Oh, you meanie. Look, you've upset her now, and now she's going to be angry and claw me.
What a shame. What a shame. Has anyone... I'm going to flick through these.
You mean all the bad pee jokes?
Yeah. It's taking the pee now, isn't it? My wife and I just bought a new Japanese car that runs on vegetable oil. It's a Pierce. With this pee talk, are we watching a podcast? Timber, you've got so much to answer to, dude. Yeah, say goodnight to Gavin. Cats don't have owners, they have servants. Stephen, this is very true. Timber Surf, I think we should pack this in now. I want some peace and quiet. Yeah, like I said, Timber, your fault. Bob the Biker, good luck with those fits. Not a problem. Yeah, well, it's not a problem, but it's still appreciated, Colin. We love it. You know, the support is really appreciated by all, and the patrons and members are also appreciated. I'll make sure I get the videos adjusted. And Tim Maslin, has anyone here built a shunting layout? I'd like their advice on a couple of things. So if anybody can give Tim some advice. What's that? Paul. My old Ambers were ex-London, ex-Kent, one was ex-Manchester and 3 were ex-Dorset. It sounds like your life is full of exes, Paul. Mind you, I know that one. Sorry, another bad joke. Timber, I need to go and play and sleepy. And Brian, not built one, but seen a few. Yeah, I've seen a few of the shunting ones. They look pretty cool, if I'm honest. I think the jokes are peaked now. Yeah, right, Timber, I'm going to ban you in a minute. But yeah, like we said in the last video. Yeah, Aaron, it's funny, they were talking about it in Brian's live stream just a while back now. The community here is absolutely amazing. As long as Brian doesn't mind me mentioning his. He was chatting with Timber, and there are Timber, stop it. There are some out there that are sort of up themselves. I think we all know out there are some that are nasty. One big one to mention, that model railway guy, he's just hit 10,000 subscribers, and we watch all his videos, and he is fantastic because he makes sure he replies to everybody, always gives us support. I spoke to him about tagging him in one of his because we used his video regarding the painting the rails. I was watching one of his last week or the week before, and he actually turned around and says, yeah, I hope your model railway is going well now. Did you get the right paint for it? It was a bit of a joke between me and him, but it was actually stuffed up and getting the wrong paint.
Again.
But yeah. Timber, I remember when we had none. And I think, Timber, you hit the nail on the head. I think some people tend to forget that where they came from. But that's the same in any job. I mean, in healthcare, you get some managers who have come from the ground up, and some genuinely forget where they came from and treat the lower downs like crap. And the same with YouTube, that you get the ones that treat the other YouTubers like crap because they've only got 57 subscribers. I can clearly remember us having 414 subscribers when Jason mentioned us. And then a week later we had 1,000. A week later after that we had 2,000. So we wouldn't be where we are without the likes of Jason, and we sure as heck wouldn't be anywhere where we are without you guys. And you know, and that's in just what, 6-7 months. It's just keep it social. Timber said, took me 5 years to get to 100, and it don't matter, does it, mate? It's because I bet you those 100 people, you got a load of there that were like ours, that they were regularly on it. And the support's been amazing for us, you know, even in our 6-7 month journey. If we look back to the first video that we did in December last year, where the shed was quite literally a shed, where we are now, yeah, we've got some decorating still to do in the background. That'll be fixed as we go on. But yeah, it's keeping it social.
These lives have turned more into a social than anything.
Yeah. And a stand-up comedy, thanks to Timber. But you just can't. It's all about the banter and the chat and everything like that. And people, we've had some comments, you know, about the way we should. I'm not going to go too much detail into this one comment because I'll give the game away as to who it was, about how we should structure our videos. And we basically turned around and said, well, thanks for your feedback, but we're not changing, because this is who we are. That's how we are.
I don't know.
This is how we are outside of the shed. This is how we are in public. This is how we are in work.
We're not
changing.
They might appreciate if I don't gas bag so much, though.
Yeah.
A 10-minute introduction.
Andy, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're keeping well. Thanks for joining us. You probably might regret it. There's not a lot of P's going on at the moment.
Mind your P's and Q's.
Timber Surf has disturbed the P's. Yeah, and this is it, Timber. It's, you like it or you don't watch it. And we've noticed that we get people that I can watch it and you can see people unsubscribing. And I'm like, oh, well, okay, take care. Thanks very much. Bye-bye. Richard, no. Yeah, Richard and Judy.
But something I do want to say in relation to like patrons and that as well.
Go on.
Is obviously a lot of the bigger YouTubes do have sponsorship, and obviously we don't have that. So I suppose the patrons and members that join on the YouTube as well, that is our sponsorship.
Yeah,
and it is appreciated that people want to give their hard-earned money to us. Well,
yeah, we're getting some stuff this week that we can only get because of YouTube and Patreon and what have you. But we've said it before, and I keep on saying it. We didn't start this to make money. We're not making loads of money, and we don't care.
I still don't know what I'm doing. What are you talking about?
Anyway, I shall give you some peace and quiet and pass you back to Grace.
No, you won't. It's me. They're definitely not going to have peace and quiet, are they? So I'm just going to catch up with some of the comments. Hey, can we all meet up at the Great Electric Train Show in October? Depends where it is, Aaron. Oh, you've disturbed her now, Rob. Come here.
I disturbed the pussy.
You did. I'll see if I can get her to settle again. She might not now, though. No, she's back on your desk. He doesn't like the cat on his desk, guys.
Anyway, that's enough serious for tonight.
The cat isn't allowed on the desk, bless her. You know how protective he is of it. So I've got to see if she will settle on the chair again or she's being shooed away. So I'm going to have to stand up. But yeah, Aaron, depends where it is, because I know we've got people from all over. I think our American friends won't be able to join though. Bro, now, very good evening. I had forgotten your name. I do apologise. Real is best. None of us want Richard and Judy. No. Mark Gibbons, good for you. Don't listen to the naysayers. Mark, you've been on here a couple of times, but you're newer, aren't you, darling? So, good evening to you. Maybe try and do some puzzles. What did that say? I heard keep talking. Oh, God, I've lost the comments. Keep talking all the time, you and Grace. Oh, I'm not sure. I know I drone on. Great company for me on my own, about to start a model railway. Aaron, well, any questions you've got, ask on here, or if you're on Facebook, Finneton's page, you can pop a link up, or I'm sure someone else wouldn't mind for me. That's always a great one outside of lives. And you have to do what us patrons say. Oh, Alex. As long as it involves more horses, lovely, I'm absolutely fine on that, as you proved. You are what you are. Andy, very good evening. You're on a journey showing a wonderful hobby with a wonderful community. That it is. Timber, Grace just said peas and quiet. Oh, you missed my earlier one as well. Milton Keynes. Oh, don't know if that's a bit far for us. It will depend at the time. If someone wouldn't mind dropping me a message of that one, because I will forget to look at this. Just so I've got the date. You never know, maybe we can make a trip of it. Tim with double, so there's help there for Tim. I'm just going to leave that to them to discuss. We are looking to do the 22nd, the Model Railway Show in Llandudno. I know a few people were thinking of going to that. I got my mama fox bringing her baby outside, so she'll leave for a bit. They won't feed in. Oh, Alex, yeah, you've got the foxes, haven't you? I have to take a picture. Cute. And Sneet and Joyce Dodge coming over from the States. Takes 4.5 to recover and 4.5 years to save up for it. So Andre, who's on here as Bob the Biker, loads of horses and more the better, so check this every month. Oh, Tim, can you message that to me, please? Because it's trying to find it for our live is going to be difficult. Tim at Albert, Crewe, Stafford and maybe Getz. So which is the biggest one that a lot of people tend to go to? And the puddy cat's settled again, so I'm going to take a seat. So I can actually get back to building Getz. Is this the one we were just talking about? I'm awful, guys. Please excuse me. I'm brain like a sieve. Oh, look. A squirrel. That's how my brain really does work. Although you've probably noticed it on my videos, I'm very much, I'll fiddle with something or move. I've noticed it so much on my last video, actually. I look like I'm shaking, but I'm moving my legs when I'm sat up on the side. Wally is big is too crowded, to be honest, so as this gets. What are you doing?
Trying to reach something. Oh, it's back down here, isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Excuse the noise for a minute. Because the kitchen is not a kitchen at the moment. All the snacks are down here to save going out to the shed. ASMR. Do you want your phone?
That might help.
That might help. So we've got the truss and cross beams to get on with.
I need to trust that.
A lot of people, Rob, seem to be going to this Gets in Milton Keynes. Maybe we should look into it. Maybe a weekend away or something. I'm not promising anyone, but maybe it's something we could look into. Thinking of doing. Gets is big, but only mag layouts, so quality and making track 100-foot layouts will be there. Wally's big is too crowded, to be honest. Yeah, it's Wally Model Train Show VNEC near Birmingham is a bit of a way, but worth it. See, Birmingham is what, 2.5 hours for us? Tim, you know how 6 subscribers waiting for your first update. Oh, Tim, are you doing it as a live preview or whatever it is? Are you guys going to Wally? No, we're still... Obviously, we're at the moment going to a lot closer. So if someone, I know Tim, you've got messaging, if someone wouldn't mind messaging me these bigger ones, please, or the RGJ Trains page of some of the big ones, just, it would be lovely to meet a lot of you. Obviously, I wasn't even at the last one, but it's something we can look into. Obviously, it depends on work and finances, the further afield they are, because obviously it'd be hotel and fuel and everything. So, Jam, very good evening. Sundays were quiet today. Well, is it going to be quiet now? Everyone knows that. Andy gets it's going to be full of YouTubers this year. I went last year, first ever train show because I won tickets on Jenny's Monday Club. True Eye opener was starstruck and speak to any YouTubers. Oh, don't. It was crazy when we met our first one. Shopping no less, in uniform. We'd finished the job and wearing Morrison's. And they, you are RGJ Trains. So, Brian, to answer your question, Tim, oh, that's one for Tim. I might organise a meet up at Stafford. How much space do you have? Again, that's, Brian, I think, is helping Tim there. So, we've got our trusses and cross beams. Get Saturday for me. I hope also Hearts in the Way. Model U is there so I can get a few scans of me. Oh, is that 3D model thing? I organised a meet-up at Gets a few years ago and met 20 YouTubers. Oh, lovely. Well, as I said to him, but if you wouldn't mind sending me a few of the bigger ones, and maybe we can do a poll or something. And I know not everybody sees the community page, so it's a bit hard to sort. Been up your way loads of times on the bike. Clanfair PG is a lovely place. It is indeed. Have you ever been to Mona Models? It's not as much train as Rutland Models, but it's a lovely little shop, obviously opposite the station. Stafford is a great show. Oh, it's brilliant. There's so many shows. As I said, though, guys, we'd love to, but obviously finances for us for further afield is definitely going to play a part. I'd love to say we're rolling in it, but definitely not. So, trusses and cross beams, right. I'm going to put this one out of the way because we're not really using it at the moment, are we? It is. I'm working at Stafford Show. Oh, Andre, that's not surprising. Have you ever been over to Rutland ones as well? Because it's just off of 55. I'm going to Wally, but Mary isn't. She isn't keen on crowded places, not since COVID. Yeah, it's hard for everyone, isn't it, since then? Used to be over 50 layouts at Stafford before COVID. Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? Because, you know, I don't blame people with the confidence and things since COVID. It's, oh, okay, some of these have come out. It could be used. What's happened there? Oh, that flicked onto the cat. I'm sorry, cat. No need to look that one up. Definitely when you're next up this way, we have done a video of it. I'm sure the address is on there. Definitely check them out, lovely. It's a lovely little shop. Well, I say little, but it's not really. Everything and anything in there, especially when you're over this way. I think it's maybe about 5 minutes off of 55, probably less on your bike. We don't get to go as often as we probably want to, but then is that a bad thing? Because it's obviously out of the way for us. Just don't blame me if Mark over there gets you spending lots of money. He has a habit of that. Mark and Dorinda are both lovely. Even if you tell them we've got you over there, I'm sure they will appreciate it. Why is that not? There we go. So I watch YouTube more than the telly, so when I see train YouTubers I get lost for words. I've been plumbing for 35 years and have no problem with customers or any situations. It's strange. It's funny, isn't it? Won't be going to Wally this year, Brian said. There's also Cambrian Heritage Road and Railway show at Osler Street. Definitely not the biggest, but I like the railway. Oh, that sounds like a nice one. Telford is way down from COVID, but still entertaining. I think people are still recovering from it, isn't it? It's confidence, and some people have had to give it up again because of money. And if it's an enticement, Grace, Stafford always has a sweetie shop. Sweets? Ooh, you had me at sweets. Telford had a show at the end of a month, but it's on my sister's-in-law's birthday. Not sure I'll be able to make it. I haven't been to an exhibition since Perth last year. Right, I need to make sure I'm getting the right side beams here, guys. I think it's these ones. It's got to be these ones. See, we've been asked as well about doing exhibitions, but we're definitely not at that stage. We wouldn't even be able to move our railway. So you never know. Our next project after could be modular. Oh, there is the Telford steam rail on the 30th. See, that's something we need to do, is get another steamy for our videos. Because obviously the other one is in a much lower quality, and that's what caused the issues with YouTube. So, how are we doing this? So, the side beams, attach to each across, we make sure that the top and bottom line in flush with the main truss, leaving the ends of the brackets free to fit into position in the spots. Okay. I'm assuming this bit here. Then it's got to be a tweezer job again, isn't it? Just to make sure it's in line. Just to give it that strength and Sorry guys, I'm missing a lot of comments here, just trying to get a bit more done. Like small traders out, I don't think they have a preference. Remember, they have upstairs and downstairs. I just spoke to Zen and Zoe on the KR stand. Took my dad, who's 83, and he had no problems getting free pens off them. There's nothing wrong with free pens. 3D scale models were going to shows this year, but life got in the way. Oh, that's a shame. I imagine they would be very, very busy. How I met Brian and I survived. Oh, no one's met me yet, so I feel sorry for you for the first meeting. Ow. Meant to do that. Oh, I'm having issues with the glue again. I might need to get a new bottle at some point. It kind of is my own fault. I met Brian and Robin have survived. Oh, jeez. Oh, dear. Sorry, guys. Another delay trying to get into my glue. I'm not that bad, am I? Oh, this is sealed itself good and proper. Yeah, I've made a meal of this applicator. I can't get into it. Oh dear. I see a bit of glue. Jen was rabbiting of the best dressed model growler. Mr. Pets couldn't get a word in edgeway. Just stare at a brick roll for a few hours. Grace, you need to cut the stick and push the lumps through the inside. Remove the caps. Yeah, I do have bits like that, but I haven't got any with me. Well, that's the issue. As I said, if I was out in my shed, I've got everything there, but I couldn't even just nip out to it at the moment because everything is packed away with, there we go, we have glue again. Everything is packed away, obviously, because of the kitchen stuff all being in there. Oh, yes. Rob's not going to like me, but I'm going to have to get a new glue, I think. That wasn't me, guys. That was a cat. Now, I think that new glue pots is going to be the on the shopping list, because unfortunately one of them actually got stuck on the pin. The bit of the pull, the head came off. I've obviously lost one somewhere, and I've lost a whole entire glue applicator somewhere. I got a set of 3 and I've kind of got it somewhere in a safe place. It's that safe, guys. I couldn't tell you where it is. Need to have a chat over a coffee next time, Andy. So let's get this one done. No, way too much glue. Let's spread that out a bit. Not that you need to do that with this, but obviously because of how it's coming out. Just making sure everything is in line as well, because it does say making sure it keeps on in line. Otherwise, anyone's had a bash at my around is a great way of forgetting the rest of the world has gone barking mad. I completely agree. And the community on here has been nothing but great. You know, especially us as we've grown and started out, and tips for tricks, you know, support. It's just amazing. Really humbled by it. Push that. There we go. There we go, that's sorted now. That's one made and took me about, what, 20 minutes? Ah, have you liked it on that profile, Rob? Because I always forget to like the live when I'm watching off this one. Ah, Captain Static. Hi, Grace. Been out for a while, not long got home. Only to find that both Alan at Delph Junction and your good selves are doing a live stream at the same time. Yes, it's kind of a hard one because I didn't realise Alan was going live. I waited for Brian to finish his, then obviously gone live because we're out early tomorrow for a job, so couldn't really go any later. And obviously we can't do the live stream tomorrow because it's a long distance one, so I kind of had to go on. But I appreciate it is harder to choose unless your bandwidth allows you to watch both at the same time. I missed Brian's earlier as well because I was out then. Oh, it wasn't as bad as this with all the pee jokes we've had tonight. Didn't have any of the jokes, but very good evening anyway, Mark. Oh, you sprawled out even more now, aren't you, Lady Mark? Hmm? Yeah, I think I've made a real mess of this nozzle. Oh dear. The glue has got completely stuck in the hole. clean Harrold again. Oh dear. Rob, have you seen what I've done to this bottle? Ah, Pete. Very good evening, lovely. Nice to see you back. Alex, I know what I'm thinking, and yes, we're going to sort that. What are we going to sort? Can't watch two streams at once, Grace. That's not we have to take them both in without my head hurting. Fair enough. Been a blooming bloody... Oh, I'm getting that mixed up. A blooming busy day today, Andy. Oh, as for us here, I think we're on the go for like 6-7 hours. Pete, suntan peeling. Ouch. Very ouch. Something is not good. Although, Mark, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be on, lovely, because we are up early in the morning. I still got to get a shower and everything, so I think the latest, yeah, I'm going to be ending it very soon anyway. Oh, Grace, let's see what you've been up to. Well, destroying the nozzle of my glue, for one. Because on the last live I lost a pin. I've looked everywhere for it, so it will be one of those that just appear out of nowhere. And I've completely destroyed the nozzle. Give it 30. Give it 30 what? Go for another half an hour, Rob. This is how the main building itself is looking, Pete. See lighting in there as well. That's when OnlyFans finished. Ah, right, Brian. I didn't realise you... That's why you've been quiet as well, isn't it? You both have been on your live streaming. Is that why my internet's been going? And Pete, I also have help tonight in form of a cute putty cat who's Lady Muck. She did return after Rob kicked her off her seat. So, and all the pee jokes today. So, you don't have to go just because of me. Oh, Marv, no, it's just we've got a very early start in the morning. We've got a long distance transfer, so it's up at what, Rob, 5:30? Choberton, very good evening, lovely. How are you keeping, Tony? It was quite funny. Whose live were we on the other day? And we were trying to say that you were Tony and RGJ was you, me and Rob. Take out. I've got to go pick up my daughter from Birmingham New Street. Thank you for joining us, Andre. You take care, lovely. Thank you once again for joining in. Rob, you mentioned Colin before. I haven't seen him on the stream for a while. Did he see that we'd see him a message or not? I'm not sure. If not, do you fancy messaging him on the page, please? Greetings from Norway. That's lovely. Free FM Norge. I think you're new to the channel, aren't you, lovely? So a very big welcome. Thank you for joining us all the way from Norway. If you have a name and want to share it, please feel free to add it so I can add it to my names list. If you would rather not, then that's not worries. We can just call you the man of mystery or woman. anyway. What's happened to that laser cut? Flymo on Alan's live. Hello, Grace and RGJ Trains. Hiya, Flymo. At least you've come in, not when I'm just finishing. So, hope you're keeping okay, buddy. And Flymo, I've gone completely blank on your name because you haven't been in for a while. I've not got it on my list. Chat is very peaceful now. Timber, it was until you started again. What's the weather like in Norway? We were there a couple of years ago. A lovely country and people. Yes, I've never been to Norway. It's one of those lists. Free FM Norge. I am Mel from a northerner part of Norway, enjoying your live, sitting here in midnight sun. Well, thank you very much for joining us, lovely. It's an absolute pleasure, and it's brilliant to know that we're just reaching more and more people. It really is. We've had to go back to the PVA because, as I said, I might have completely destroyed the applicator for the rocket glue. Brian, you're heading off. No worries, Arnie. Thank you for checking in. I know we're having your own live stream as well. You've been quite busy this evening, so thanks very much for tuning in, lovely. And we will catch you on the next one. Imagine. Really, Brian, I'll give you your 20 minutes to let you and Rob finish up, though. Don't worry. Is that why you've let Rob do all the legwork today while you're busy chatting, and now you've got to do your final bit for the end of it, eh? There we go. That's 2 done. I'm getting them very slowly with these. Sorry, I was in another live stream. John JMC, he tries to get Fortnite live stream going 7 PM Sunday. Yeah, Flymo, it's a very hard one with us at the moment. Don't be sorry. We've just obviously planned to do it yesterday. I know we said before it's not happening, we're working. That got cancelled, and then time kind of got away with us taking apart the kitchen. So I've kind of had to get on tonight because we're also working tomorrow and it's a long distance. So we thought otherwise we're not going to get one in until the usual day. Well, actually, we've moved it to Wednesdays now, haven't we? I glued this up before I've got the next bit. That was clever. It's 7, Steve. You're heading off now. Thanks for joining us, lovely. As I said, I know the other issue with Sunday ones is more people are obviously up for work in the morning. So, SJ Dusty, very good evening. Hope you're keeping well. It's a hobby, Grace. Life gets in the way. Yeah, that's the main reason that we've moved the days of filming as well. A week got away with us, and we thought, well, 9 times out of 10, one of us is here on a Saturday, so we've got more chance of, you know, getting the stuff done for the episodes. But we know if there was ever a time where we said, look, we've not got an episode for a couple of days, you guys wouldn't mind. You appreciate we have lives. But, you know, we want to try and keep getting things out, and we enjoy making them as much as you guys enjoy watching them. Granted, I think Rob didn't enjoy as much learning the new program, but he's got it done pretty well now, so. So we're just going on with more of this laser cut stuff. I have to go laser. Freaking sharks with freaking laser beams. I don't know if everyone will get that reference, but it is one of those films every now and then I just have to put on, and it's one of those stupid ones, isn't it? The only disadvantage using my PVA, because it's not drying as quick, there's a chance you accidentally move it. I'm actually going to use my clips to hold these straight as well, because I notice they're starting to bend a little, which obviously when it comes to drying, I know they are a pain. I hope everyone's keeping well. All good here. Timber, I saw your bad joke and I'm just ignoring it now. Free FM Norge, I'm sorry if you did put your name, I didn't see it. If you did, if you wouldn't mind popping it again. Your lives give me a nice break from work, editing a documentary on Norway, closed railways, and the struggle to save it for touristy purposes. Keep up the good work. Oh wow, that sounds really interesting. 3M, have you got any of that on your channel? It's certainly one that I might be interested in looking at, and I'm sure a few others might be interested at the sound of that, to be honest. Obviously, I imagine it's probably not going to be in English, though, so I might not understand a word of it. That might be the only hitch. But if it's about tourists, is it possible? There's going to be the English in there. I don't know. Just trying to keep this lined up, guys, using all my concentration. I said it again, I said guys again. Pete, I've still not bought those clips. Pete, I've not bought more, and I think I do need more, especially with bits like this, and because I've lost a couple along the way. I seem to only have 4 now instead of 6. As I said, they're not brilliant for everything, but I did notice that these were starting to move. The only thing I am making sure is they're not moving when I'm clipping them, because that one has. That's another thing to watch out for. Well, it's not clipping down at the end, so I might have to move it as it goes on. That one's clipped fine. That one's moved. Oh, yeah, I meant to do that. I meant to take that off completely, didn't I? Just another bit of glue will fix it. Making a repair from what I broke myself. It will probably publish there. Yes, we'll subtitle it in English. Oh, brilliant. Rob, are you still watching? Because that's definitely something I'm interested in. I don't know if he's still watching. He's just stopped commenting. So, Mark, just going to pop into Alan's stream now, Grace. Sorry for not staying long. I'm probably not much use here anyway. I think people are starting to go off my videos as well. Oh, Mark, don't say that, lovely. I find with ours, it's funny as well. You know, we've got one video that's over 120,000 views. I've no idea how it climbed. And I find some videos are at 3. It really does vary each week as to how much they're seen. It's very, very weird. So don't give up yet, lovely. If you don't pop back, then thank you for joining us. I'm probably going to be here until about 10:30. So, like Rob said, we do watch your videos. Rob, you said why Free FM Norge is doing a train documentary in... I'm sure you don't know if you've seen his comments. I want to read exactly what it was. It's a documentary on the Norway closed railways and the struggle to save it for tourist purposes. Just seems very interesting, and he's going to put it on the page. Just being nosy, Rob. 6 hours is some time, yeah. We go all over. Oh, Free FM Nord. You might have new people heading your way. Oh, you're asking why to stand over. Yeah, it's... But it's funny with us, isn't it? Even the algorithm, it sometimes just decides, no, this video is not being seen by many people. The algorithm is a very funny thing. Ha, I will see you tomorrow then. Alex, are you over that way? As I said, if you tell me before, I do apologise. I'm memory like a sieve. As long as you get the cupboard on and the kettle on, we've finished our job. Oh, the haters. Yeah, Hillsmere. Have you seen that, Rob? I'm heading down to Alex tomorrow. We love your videos. I don't forget to comment. I do forget to comment. So, yeah. Captain Static, if you're still here, we love your videos. Although sometimes forget to comment. I don't mean to. Oh, okay. That meant to do that, I'm sure. Kent is next to sorry. I know that. But I don't know if... I think we're just 20 minutes from Farnham. Ah, it's not bad. So, Daddy Glish, you've piped up that you're watching now. Long as the core... As the core turn up, my gun run over. I'm back, had some things to do for my better half. Ah, Ewan. You're definitely one then that knows how to treat your missus, eh? Your better half. Rob, would you call me your better half, or is that pushing it a bit? It was a thing was ready, I would have got you to pick it up. If a thing was ready, I would have got you to pick it up. What are you on about, Alex? Have I missed something? I subscribe to over 1,000 channels, can barely keep up watching everything. But let alone commenting everyone. Yeah, I think it's hard though, isn't it, when you're trying to build your channel, and it can mentally affect you, especially if you've had a very high interest and then it goes lower. You do question yourself and, you know, worry if it's what you're doing or if it's just the algorithm or viewers. It's, you know, I know a lot of you have post yourself and you know yourselves for hard works. Hanging in my, I've almost flatlined on my channel, and as Grace says, the algorithm is a fickle beast. We will still watch. Yes, exactly. Like my cat. Hell no. Yeah, so Rob said I'm not his better half. Prefer you at the moment, Ewan. Just had a plonk on Facebook. Yes, I did bite and blocked him. We occasionally have to bite back. We said a lot of ours we don't, but there might have been one or two that we've just very politely replied back. Of course, we only ever reply politely. And I've just realised that if I can hear it, you guys have probably had AMSR of the Coke can bubbling all night. If I can hear it. So I imagine you guys have probably heard it too. So I do apologise. Captain Static. Yep, so Timber has just shared Captain Static Mark over at Stanover. I've just shared his page as well. So if you haven't seen it before, definitely go and take a look. Static grass issues, he is definitely your man. I think he's looking forward to helping us with that when it comes to us doing it. So if you assist us, I'm always here if you need it. So that's if me and Rob come alive. Come back from a fight of who gets to do it first. So it's a bit like pressure washing, isn't it? Everyone seems to like doing that, including Rob's mum. It was quite funny. We both usually try and do it, and his mum was like, no, I'm taking it, I'm doing it. So we both lost it. As Flymo said, it can get slow at particular times of year. There's usually a fall off in spring, so I've seen. Grace, I spend a lot of time out in my training shed today, so just earned some brownie points. See, you're just impressing me, you, and you just know how to. You're definitely married, aren't you? Numbers of views just seem to go slower and down in general. Plus, I think people are starting to get bored as I only have a small layout and not much new to show. I don't know, lovely. I would say keep at it. It's definitely could just be the algorithm is not being your friend at the moment. But also, you know, again, it's summer. So I don't think everybody is watching it as much. I've got to be honest, Rob does tend to watch it a bit more than me sometimes. Sometimes I just don't even look at my phone. But we usually get it up on the TV. He's much better at it than me. I do try and watch as many, but I'm not on YouTube as much. Sometimes, as I said, I just can't even stand my phone, so. But let's be honest, we've just done 2 videos that are basically, you know, pretty much the same. So honestly, don't get too disheartened. Alex, I just hope you don't block the weirdos. I mean, not that I fall into that category. Oh, of course, you know, Alex, not we're weirdos ourselves, so we can't exactly do that, really. Put kettle black. I'm more of a watcher and learner than a creator regarding my railway, and my phone, which I use to film, has a memory of a goldfish. Fair enough, Andy. Maybe take some pictures so you've at least got them to look back on at your progress. Rob, I hope they don't block weirdos, that's me stuff. Guess what? I've only gone and clicked that thumbs up button. Well, thank you, Pete. Absolutely brilliant. There we go. Mark, everyone's here being your support, buddy. My views have also dropped, but I always think it's just how it goes. I think if we look at ours, actually, I know Rob's got it there, so he'll probably be able to see. I think ours have dropped as well. So whether it's just the time of year, obviously summer, a lot of people are out as well, aren't they? Maybe miss a notification, mean to go back to it, and just life gets in the way. So don't give up, buddy. There's quite a few of us on here that watch it. I know that's not many, but you know, we still enjoy what you content you put out. Like someone just said, hardcore central bunch of mount. They count even. Yeah, I've got a nice layout. Alex Page, if you want to meet up for a cup of mid-afternoon. My views per vid vary widely. Yeah, Tim Bras is definitely doing that at the moment. Grace, I think you're doing a good job with your channel. Not easy to understand YouTube algos. Just keep up what you're doing. Thank you very much, Free FM Norge. I'm still working it out myself. We both are. It's like we've got our episodes and our updates. I then did a tutorial video, and that's been one of our lowest videos in views, to be honest. I did one of the tunnel entrances for the old steam girl. And to be honest, I'll be honest, it did dishearten me a bit, because I thought, oh, maybe my tutorials aren't that good, you know, compared to the actual episode. So that was why we thought, well, do we not do them as single tutorials now rather than, you know, in the episode? I think it does vary on so many different things, and the algorithm changes a lot. It's the same over on TikTok. But thank you very much, Free FM Norge. Is 1,000 watch hours good? Andy Hot Dog Pilot. Ooh, I think that is pretty good, mate. You and Rob communicate with us, Grace, makes all the difference. Yeah, I get that, Pete. You know, I know a lot of people enjoy our banter, how we are. But, you know, we're just doing what we are. And if views drop and that and it changes, well, we're still going to do what we do at the end of the day. We've said it's a documentary. It's all sorts for doing this. No, rubbish, you ain't going nowhere. You're not allowed to remember with a particular set of skills. We will find you. That's exactly true. And like Chosen said, exactly, Grace, time of year, holidays will take viewers away. And I'm awful for going back to things, even messages. I've written messages half and then gone back to them. One person, the latest I took to get back to a message was over a year. So, one thing I learned today, the boogie with a motor on a Farish 108 just pulls off for maintenance. Only taken me 12 years to discover that. Okay. Flymo, yep, schools are out here too. The script kiddies will be out and about. Every day's a school day, Ewan. Yep. Don't think there are any haters on my YouTube channel and such. It's just odd that my subscriber numbers seem to steadily increasing, which is good. But views of my videos are going slower. Yeah, we do get that, Stanover. I would say our views have probably dropped. But again, we can get one episode that's more, one that's lower. It's so hard to know. It really is. Are you averaging though? That's the thing, isn't it? Timber, just for comparison, I have 26,000 watch hours. I think it depends on your channels and your subscribers, and there's so many things that go into it. The time that you post it as well, the keywords you put in, there's so many different things. But Timber said there for his watch hours, that's since 2017. So I hope people don't look at that number and go, oh God, I'm never going to get to that. Obviously, like Timber said, that has taken a few years for him to get to that. Hopefully, Timber, you don't think I'm meaning that against you or anything, buddy. I'm just trying to, you know, show people it's... Yep, I took loads of pictures since creating my baseboard and all lost some on my first fan though, and now load onto my laptop. Yeah, that's definitely better. Is that per year or the whole smash? I think, Andy, all the watch hours go in your whole time. Ours is only just over 1,300 watch hours. So like we say, you know, I know granted to some people our channel has grown quicker than others. Again, we put that down to obviously Jason and the shout out and yourselves coming here. My first name is Jarlay. I'm sorry if I've pronounced that wrong. Free FM Norway is an organisation that works for equality, tolerance and justice with the help of video productions and podcasts. Oh, I absolutely love that. Well, thank you very much for being part of our little community here. Flymo, I have about 25 watch hours since 2007. Ours in 28 days is 3K. Oh, okay. I don't know about, I think if you go onto someone's profile, you can see the hours on there. I'm really not sure. My vids get between 30 to 3,000 views, no rhyme or reason why exactly. Ours is, there's no reason, is there? Choberton, as we've said before, YouTube is a marathon, not a 100-metre dash. You just have to stick at it for people that are genuinely interested. Exactly. We know we've had people subscribe, especially as summer come along for a certain reason. They won't be with us probably by winter. It's just how it goes, isn't it? No, Grace, wrong again. You can only see their video watch hours, not their total. Huh? Okay, maybe you should come down and explain it then, because the wacky stat is I have 350,000 views, but one video has 250,000 on its own. Yeah, this is what we said, Timber. We have one video that just skyrocketed. I don't even know what it is at the moment. Whether it, you know, whether it was the boost because we'd hit the 1,000, whether it was like an initial boost because TikTok did the same. They like boost your first couple of videos. So whether it's to do with that, I don't know. But that video just went absolutely mad. But none of them have come anywhere close to that since. So it's no rhyme or reason, it really is. I just say just keep going on it. Honestly, don't give up, Captain Static. Otherwise, I will find you because I need you for static grassing, so. But as you can see, Captain Static, we're all here. We all support you. And we don't want you to go anywhere. I've done about 4 lives, I think, Rob, in general. I don't have a lot of time to do them. Also found them a lot harder to do than video, mainly because I'm not a confident person in general. That's the thing, isn't it? It's also down to confidence. At least with videos, you can stop, you can re-record. Where lives, it's kind of happening as it is. It is difficult. The only reason I suppose I'm a bit better at it, Rob wouldn't do it, is I started doing TikTok lives with my drawing. So I had a good few months under my belt. I built that channel up to the 1,000 so I could live stream. That's kind of taken that's on the back burner, but so I'm used to doing lives, and you can see the difference as it went on and the confidence improved. So I think that's the only reason I'm able to do it as I do. But even then I question myself sometimes, you know. I really do, whether I've done it good enough. You know, I don't build that much at the moment, like, because we're all chatting. But then I think, well, is the community part the chat? Do I drone on so much? There's so many things you question yourself on. Yeah, YouTube algorithms are a mystery. Previous videos released have very quickly had over 1k views. Last one dived. It was as YouTube stopped promoting it. Exactly. You know, this is the hard one. I don't think you pay to promote on YouTube, but it's as if the algorithm chooses you and the algorithm then dumped you. They have a term for it, vanity metrics, where we all keep looking at our stats. Best thing to do is not look and keep going. Rob just said to you, Ma, I prefer keeping behind my camera. Grace is a confident one. Only because I've been doing it, Rob. What, do you remember what I was like when I first started the drawing lives? Oh, I was awful. Just ordered half a ton of coal. What's better? Sitting in front of a real fire watching Rob and Grace. Grob. It's like Baby Groot. That'd be our combination. So, you know, it's confidence. There's so many different things. We in this little community we have here loves you anyway. I've only looked at it and it's just first time in a while. Yeah, this is the thing. I think it's better when you don't look at numbers, because otherwise that itself, like social media, can get to you. We just put out what we put out, and if it's successful, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. As I said, the only thing was with mine, we thought, well, do we just keep it in an episode? Because it, again, we tried to change what we do, and clearly it didn't work. Apart from prod, I don't look at the stats. What's prod? Like Martin Zero's pulling the plug out of the canal video. A few hundred views on average, 1.2 million views on one video. Bloody hell. I'd rather not be like Mr. Beast, 2 million views per video. Jeez, the amount of comments you'd have to go through. That way, Robin Funny, I don't even know what half it means. Sorry, his last video was 139 million. So again, you know, even for these bigger ones, it's varying. We watch a lot of gaming ones as well. And you'll notice they've got some that are, you know, in the 100,000 into millions. And then some of their other videos have got hardly anything. You know, only a few thousand, even under 100,000, which for what they're usually kicking out, it's just algorithm, I think. Maybe they just swap everyone round. Plus, I'm a born warrior. Also have that small enter and layout. There is only so much I can do. I get that. It's our own mental battles, isn't it? What is your drawing channel called, Grace? On here or TikTok? Because I've only ever done one video on here. It is Prescott Portraits. If I comment with it, this... Oh, that didn't work, did it? I don't know if it did. See, YouTube, as I said, I didn't even build. I can't even live stream on YouTube yet with the drawing because it's nowhere. I think it's like not even 20 people on there. I said it kind of hit the back burner. Rob has said I should get back to it, and when everything's back to normal, internet, and we're back out in the shed, then I probably will get back to that as well. But on TikTok, it's exactly the same, Choberton. Just added this channel to our recommended channels. Hope it will help. Well, thank you very much, Free FM Nord. It's really appreciated. I'm not sure if YouTube is the right place for live streams. Tim, Twitch and others seem more sorted to it. I don't know. I found YouTube is probably on par with TikTok, to be honest. Especially for these things that are... It's a hobby that, you know, not everyone's into. You get all these influencers, and I think whatever they stream on. Twitch, we still need to look into, granted. We still haven't done it. But yeah, I seem to have had a good success of it, but that's me. So yeah, Prescott Portraits I've put in there for you, Choberton. I can feel live stream might be around the corner. Haven't done one for a couple of months. Do enjoy them. Trying to keep an eye on 4 trains running and chat. Yeah, as you can see, I started off with a load of building, but it's improved. It's, you know, and more people have come to the channel. It's more chat, but that's what it's about. And you never know, we might just do somewhere, you know, we're both in the shed pottering around, not doing builds like this and doing other little bits, and so then we can concentrate more on me chatting. I can lose forget where the local went. On my layout, much the same end to end. I have a small, very catchment audience. You'd expect it to make it big, not the wide appeal of other genres. Exactly, I think that's what it is. It's a very small catchment. It's not like these influencers, it's couples, everything like that, where a lot of people watch it. In one sense, model railways is a niche, isn't it? So you're only going to watch it if you're interested in it. You might get a few people who like actual real life trains, but not always even that, because it's models. So Flymo, don't worry lovely, that's my Prescott Portraits after Choberton mentioned. That's for YouTube. There's only one video on it. I was mainly more over on TikTok, but the plan was initially, once I build up the YouTube Prescott Portraits, I was going to go over to YouTube for live streams for that. But I need to build that up first. You only need, I think it's 50 subscribers to go live on YouTube, which is a lot more realistic than TikTok. You have to get over 1,000, but I will start it again once everything's back to normal, the kitchen's back in, the internet's sorted. Rob keeps bugging me to do it, and I should. Pete, I've got 2 sets of channels, Caravan and Railway, so like me, you've got 2. Agreed, Tim, this should be on BBC One and other channels, yep. Anyway, sorry for putting it down on things, Grace and Rob, I'll leave you in peace now. Don't you dare, Mark, at all. I would rather we talk through things as for great community and you sit there putting yourself down, buddy. Honestly, I would honestly rather that. Heaven forbid we get mainstream, man. Yeah. So many people would be offended. Found you. I think I recognised the hands. Well, thank you, Choberton, for heading over there. As I said, if I can build that channel just so I can live stream, I'll probably live stream on YouTube with that. But that is obviously drawing, not trains. So, and that I don't know if any of my drawings, they might be on me shorts, but most of the content is over on TikTok. With Twitch split viewers. Alex, we've been mentioned about Twitch, but we've still not even had a chance to look into it. But we are thinking. Even Luke Towan stopped making railway-based scenes to appeal to a wider audience. That's the problem, isn't it? But we're not in it for that, so for us, we're not as worried about it. Rob said, who cares if we don't make loads of money? It doesn't matter. It's more about the whole thing, the journey, and you guys. Ewan's calling it a night. Very good night, lovely. I should be calling it a night as well. It's definitely no more build tonight. But being there for Mark is what's been important. I'd like to make loads of money to pay for layout, but too principal to cash in on wider audience. Make my website and YouTube to inform and help. Exactly, Tim, but there's things we could do, but there's no point. We're not in it for that. We build a YouTube to get suggestions, comments, helpful tips. Yep.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, I know. I've just said, but obviously with Mark, we were just being there for him. So yeah, as Rob has reminded me, guys, I am going to have to end the live stream now. We are up early. I've got to get to the bar.
But yes, Mark, Captain Static, Mark, whatever you want to call yourself. First, don't apologise for having a moan. Really doesn't matter, mate. And second, it doesn't matter if things go a bit quiet every now and again. Ours do. You should see some of the stats on our videos. Just the ordinary views, I mean.
Look at the tutorial.
Yeah, just don't get disheartened, buddy. And you're not giving up at all, because we will find you. We will hunt you down.
We need to hunt him down anyway when we need static grass help.
Yeah, someone find us his address.
Yeah, find us his address. We're going make sure he never gives up. But Tim, I've never found a live stream. I've always found channels through the model railway tags and searches how I found you. Well, that's very interesting to know, Tim, so thank you. I don't know if people we get on the evenings is because they're new through this. I really don't know how it works for lives and that, so yes. Alex, cheers. Oh, very good night, lovey. Pete, thanks. Grace and Rob, great live as usual. Night, everyone. As I said, guys, we're not getting as much built like we used to, but the community chat is important to me, and I know you guys enjoy it. So let's hope in the next few weeks we get more reliable and I order new glues, because I ruined that one, and replace these, because I have no more pins. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm tidying up just so you guys can have a chance to say goodnight to each other, rather than just turning it off straight away. I hope you don't find it rude of me. As I said, we've got a few bits to do before we... inverted popes. I've just seen Choberton, you've added over to the TikTok, so thank you, lovely. You'll see all the drawings on there. Whether they're any good or not, you can be the judge. Thank you for having me dropping in. Glad to catch up. All the best, Robin, Fanny and Grace. Thank you, Flymo, as well, for tuning in. I'm just trying to make sure I've not missed anyone, to be honest. I hope I saw everyone that popped in. Peace and goodwill to all. Yes, Timber. I will enjoy my peace and quiet now that you're going. Night, Adam. Just got back on to see everyone going. Night. Very good night, lovely.
Night all. Thanks very much for joining. Captain Stanover, you're not going anywhere. Tough. We're not going to let you.
No. I said we will find out where he lives. We're not going to let him. So, yeah, I'm just going to look at turning it off now, guys. And thank you as well, Colin, our new patron. I just want to say that again because it does mean a lot. Oh, where's my